Okay, hello everyone. Thought I would do a video. If you have installed Miyo Modern or any version of MiyoLinux, you may have noticed in the release notes that I include an optional update notifier. And I don't know if maybe someone has been a little wary of using it because they're not really sure what it is or what it does. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. Basically, I'm going to install it real quick and we'll go from there. Okay, so let me open up the file manager. What I do when I release these, I put the update notifier in the templates folder, and that's part of what's in the release notes. I try to explain that there's an update notifier, if you want to use it, available in the templates folder. So here it is in this folder, and here's the deb file, and I provide an icon. Now after you install it, if you read these instructions, you'll see that you'll need to change the icon that's used. This is the PointLinux Update Notifier, and it comes out of the box set to use a PointLinux icon, which we don't have on this system. So we have to change that. It's not a big deal. And I provide this icon. That's the one I like to use. You don't have to use it. You can use your own icon. But I'll show the installation process. Very simple. Right click on the deb file and open it with GDebi. Okay. Okay. By the way, this is a brand new installation, and I thought this would be a good chance to show this process, show how the updater works. Alright, no dependencies are needed. Everything's ready, so we'll install it. Enter our password. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a fair amount of updates to do once we get to that point. Alright, installation is complete. I'll wait for that little blue line there on the bottom to finish up before I close the window. And wait for these buttons to appear over here to let me know that everything has been, there we go. Alright, so the updater is installed. Now I need to move this icon. I can leave it here and point to this directory, but I like to put these items like this in their own folder or in a folder that's kind of used for stuff like that. So I'm going to open up the file manager as root. And let me grab that, copy, and I put these in user share images. It's just easy for me to remember. That's where I put it. Put it wherever you want, as long as you point to it in the configuration file for the update notifier. So now, alright, we've taken care of that. We've got it installed. I put my icon where I want it. Now we need to open up the actual update notifier script and change where that icon is designated in the script, okay? And that's done in User, Share, PointLinux, Update Notifier, and you want to open this, right click on it, open it with your text editor. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay. Let me go, I'll turn on line numbers so it'll be easier. Alright, here line number 35, the icon to be used. We want to change whatever you need to change. I put mine in User Share Images. So let me fix that, User Share Images. And I named that icon updates.svg. Okay. Now here on line 38, that's the interval, how often it checks for updates. It comes out of the box to check for updates every 15 minutes. This 900 right here, that's actually 900 seconds, which equals 15 minutes. So if you want to change that, I always change mine to checking every 4 hours. So what you need to do, there's 60 seconds in a minute, and so you wanted to do it for 1 hour, have it check every hour. You do 60 times 60, and whatever that came out to be, that's the number you would put in here. If you wanted to go like me, 4 hours, 60 times 60 times 4. One very important thing, if you get a large number, like I'm just pulling this out of the air, 280,000. Let's say you come up with that number, 280,000. Don't put any commas. If you get 280,000, it needs to look just like that. Whatever number you come up with, don't put any commas in the number. Just leave it all numbers, but make sure this one little comma right there is left. Okay? But for the purposes of this, I'm going to leave it at 900, because what I'm going to do, now that I have it installed, I've changed my icon, I'm going to save it, close it, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to reboot. The updater won't take effect until a reboot, and what it does, it adds the update notifier to your auto start so that it'll run automatically whenever you start your computer up. So I'm going to pause, or I'm going to stop the video now. I'm going to reboot the computer, and in about 15 minutes after that, I'll come back online and you'll see how everything works, okay? Be back in a little bit. Okay, hello everyone, we're back. The update notifier should be showing us a notification here in just a couple of minutes. But before we do that, I wanted to show something that you might want to do. If you'll open up Synaptic, because the update notifier, it works through Synaptic, and I'm going to install something real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's see, let me install. I hope that notifier doesn't pop up before I finish this. I'm going to install gpigview. Okay. Now, in this little window here, it just disappeared. See this check mark? Automatically close after the changes have been successfully applied. If you put a check mark there, it'll close this window, but when you run updates, it will automatically close Synaptic after the updates have finished installing. If you don't have a check mark there, you'll just have to close Synaptic, normally. But I just wanted to share that with you real quick, and hopefully we're about to get a notification, and there might be some video silence while I'm waiting on it, because I don't know for sure how long it's really been. So I'm going to just sit here and wait, and hopefully it'll pop up here any moment. But whether it will or not, I don't know. Oh, there it is. Hooray! All right. What happens is, as you see, you get a desktop notification. There's the icon that I chose to use. So it just gives you this to hopefully help you see that you have updates. But also here in the system tray, you see down here, that's where all the magic happens. Okay? So what you want to do, when you get an update notification, you're going to click on this icon in the system tray. And it should ask for my password, and it should open up Synaptic. And it should show all the available updates, which, like I said, it's probably going to be a pretty good many. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, and there's a new kernel. Yeah, this is going to take a while. So, what you do, this little window here, as soon as you hit this mark button, when you hit mark, it's going to take off and start installing the updates. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Depending on, I'll see how things are going. I don't know if I will video this whole thing. I might end up cutting some of it out if it takes too long. But here we go. Click on mark. And it's downloading. And I don't have the fastest internet speed in the world. It's saying it's going to take basically 3 minutes just to download. Well, now it's down to 2 minutes. We'll see. I might just leave the video rolling just so you can see the whole process. Still at 2 minutes. Okay. And that's another thing. I'm actually glad to see this. If you notice, a lot of this firmware here, that's wireless firmware. And if you know which wireless firmware you're using on your computer, you can go in, just do a search in Synaptic for firmware, and you can remove all those extra wireless firmwares that you don't need. And that'll save you a little bit of updates in the future, probably. Here comes the new kernel. Let's see, what else can I talk about? I've recently been completely enthralled with MiyoLinux, if anyone's been watching my videos, and I'm still enthralled with it. And I mean, I really like that system. It's a very good system, and I couldn't recommend it enough. I have recently been trying to work on my FreeBSD installation to get a dynamic or semi-dynamic menu working on it, and I still haven't figured that out. The I put OBA menu on my Nutix installation, and it works great on Nutix, and the OBA menu also says it works on FreeBSD, but I cannot get it to work, and it's probably not a situation with OBA menu. It's probably a situation with me not knowing what I'm doing on FreeBSD. And I've also tried using a semi-dynamic menu that is used in oh gosh, I can't remember the name of that system now. Anyway, it's a live system that uses OpenBox, and they have a semi-dynamic menu where all you have to do, like if you add an application or remove it, you just have to click on Update Menu, which is in the menu, and it updates the menu. Can't get that working. I don't know. I'm still exploring FreeBSD, and it's a great system. I just don't know what I'm doing on it. So maybe the name of that live system will pop into my head here moment. I know it begins with the letter N, if that helps anybody. Okay, we're getting close. Well, I say we're getting close. Taking a while, so yeah, I'm probably gonna, when I actually use OpenShot to make this video so I can upload it to YouTube, I will probably cut some of this out, but we'll wait and see. I don't want to bore people with them just sitting here watching what this does, but it is good for you to actually see the whole process. Now keep in mind, this was a fresh install, so of course it had a lot of updates since the release of the ISO. So let's just wait, maybe it'll finish up. I know it's going to have to run update grub again since it put in the new kernel, so that always takes a little while. Okay. Alright, I think I'm going to definitely cut some of this out. So I'm going to be quiet now, and I will come back when the video or when the updates have finished installing. Okay, we're almost finished. It has generated the grub configuration file. Hopefully it's going to be closing out here momentarily, but I can't say for sure. But I wanted everyone to see, especially those who may be interested and weren't really sure what the update notify. There we go. Updates are finished. Those who weren't sure exactly what the update notifier was or what it did, as you saw, it gives you a notification on the desktop, and when you click the notification that also appears in the system tray, it'll open up Synaptic. You'll enter your password. It will then show the updates that are available in Synaptic, and when you click on the word or the button mark, as soon as you click on it, it'll start installing them. Now, since that just finished, let's open up the terminal and just check and see if there's any updates, just so you can see whether or not that really worked. All right. we'll see if there are any updates that have come in since I just did the updates. And we see that all packages are up to date. So that's how it works. If you're interested in it, just look in your templates folder and install it. I use it. I enjoy it. It does a good job. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day wherever you are.